Now, it's a great pleasure to to invite our guest of honour, Datuk Masidi, to present your speech, if you may. We look upon this as a bit of a witness, a bit of a blessing to the Great Blue Hope and for our partnership for Sabah Plastic Neutral. So it's a great moment for us. So over to you, sir.
Thank you very much, Paul, and Your Excellencies, the Ambassador of France, Norway, and and of course all the distinguished panelists. My name is Masidi Manjun. I'm currently the State Minister of Local Government and Housing, as well as the Second Minister of Finance in Sabah. And I suppose the only reasons why Simon invited me was because I was the former Environment Minister of Sabah. So here I am again among all the distinguished guests, trying to find ways in which we should be able to solve the rather big issues or problem of plastics. So first, I would like to say I'm deeply honored to have been invited to speak in this very important, I would say, event to witness the launch of Blue Hope and WOW partnerships. I hope I got it right. WOW. I don't know whether you call it WOW or you just call WOW, isn't it? For our Sabah Plastic Neutral initiative. First, I must congratulate Blue Hope for being able to bring together all the outstanding people and like-minded groups, both locally and internationally, to lead the charge in trying to find and implement innovative solutions to problems that we face today in relation to the environment and the ecosystem. Exactly 3 months ago on Commonwealth Day, I think it was on the 8th of March, I helped launch Sabah Plastic Neutral. So it's really fabulous seeing a great international support for our beloved Sabah from a strong Norwegian and French partners so soon. In fact, Ambassador, Your Excellency, Ambassador from Norway, I have a little family connections in Norway. My brother-in-law and his wife lives in Norway, actually. So I do know a bit about Norway. With such a huge global conservation icons like Sir David Attenborough and of course Dr. Sylvia Earle, just to mention two outstanding personalities, actively part of this growing movement, I believe the Honorable Dr. Jose Ramos Horta, Nobel Prize Laureate for Peace and former Prime Minister, as well as former President of Timor-Leste, is joining us tomorrow. And I'm truly proud for Sabah to be leading this new sustainability movement in this first year of UNESCO Oceans Decade. Blue Hope's partnership with WOW from Norway, a company with great passion for conservation and sustainable use of resources, makes the technology available to put words and commitment into concrete actions is most heartening. WOW's leading expertise in converting waste into green energy is what Sabah needs to help drive the Sabah Plastic Neutral initiative. Ladies and gentlemen, plastic pollution has become one of the most pressing environmental issues, as rapidly increasing productions of disposable plastic products overwhelms the world's ability to deal with them. The conveniences plastic offer, however, led to a throwaway culture that reveals the material's dark side. Today, single-use plastics account for 40% of the plastic produced every year. Many of these products, such as plastic bags, food wrappers, have a lifespan of mere seconds or hours. Yet they will persist in Sabah's environment for hundreds of years. Tons of plastic wastes are going into our rivers and oceans by the minute. Some studies have suggested by the year 2050, there will be more plastic in our waters than our fish. This is extremely alarming because when such a huge amount of plastic packaging escapes the collection system, they impose economic costs by hurting natural systems like the oceans, as well as clogging our urban infrastructure. And we see this happening right before our eyes. Tons of plastic waste that get washed onto the beaches or our beautiful islands do not just create an eyesore. They cause our economy in terms of the impact on the livelihood of the coastal communities, the marine lives, and tourism. I still remember when I was a tourism minister, there were high-end tourists who were supposed to go into islands, but on the way to the island, they saw floating plastics, and that put them off, and they went back on the first flight home. I really hope that this won't happen again. Until today, we do not have a permanent solution to this, other than to collect them and send them to the landfill. These plastic waste do not only pollute our oceans, they are everywhere. Now, there is more plastic in our system than ever before. As government lockdowns to contain the spread of the COVID pandemic cause people to take away food. This is again, I think it's a very important factor. As people get locked in, they'll have to buy more takeaways. And takeaways is mostly associated with plastic wrappers. And that even before even talking about how much face masks escape into the system. Imagine 1 million of face masks that have escaped into the system of which we have disposed. Combine that with plastics, yes, you can imagine the magnitude of the problem. But we can reverse this. We must have to find an innovative solution to overcome this monumental problem, no matter how daunting it may be. I remember 11 years ago when I was the Minister of Tourism, Culture and Environment, I asked manufacturers to seriously consider into ways to produce environment-friendly polystyrene bags that will not affect the ozone layer when these bags are burned as waste. Just to let you know, at the end of last year, I announced that Sabah was in the midst of finalizing a bylaw to prohibit the use of single-use plastics and straws in business premises as part of our effort to conserve the environment. And I'm happy to say that there's been a tremendous amount of support. Thanks to the good work and, of course, the good initiative taken by Simon and Monica. This is one of my ministry's priorities, to make solid waste management and public sanitation in Sabah more efficient and effective. And my ministry was allocated 5.1 million under the 2021 budget to improve solid waste management in Sabah, including purchasing and distributing food waste processes, as well as steel garbage bins to all local authorities in the states. We are very serious about dealing with this issue. And this is just one part of so many we must all do to address the complex problem. Just to inform you, we have already started a policy within my ministry whereby, there is this rubbish collection contract. So we have initiated changes in the sense that we have given them a few years to ensure that the amount of rubbish, the tonnage that they collect, must not be equal to the tonnage that they finally dispose at the landfill. Meaning to say, they need to invest money to recycle. In fact, to recycle it, the whole idea is that we cannot forever keep on finding new landfills. Soon, Sabah or even the whole world will be full of landfills. We need to find a solution whereby rubbish that are collected are processed so that the amount, the tonnage that finally reach its destination, the landfill, is very much less than what it should be, as it is happening now. To make change happen, we certainly cannot act alone. We need all the support we can get from stakeholders. And we need to bring in all the best technologies available. Thank you, WOW, for coming on board early and to work closely with us at such a critical time. I have learned that the definition of plastic neutrality means to focus on reducing the growth of consumption of virgin fossil fuel-based plastic and engage stakeholders at all levels and sectors to make the success. But the Blue Hope in WOW Partnership for Sabah Plastic Neutral is an extremely positive start. And on behalf of the state government of Sabah and the people of Sabah, of course, I assure you our full support towards making the initiative a success. For the rest of the world to watch, follow and support. We really hope, and I really hope, this little support from us will perhaps trigger some form of revolutions in the whole world to clean up plastic. Thank you very much, and have a good day and have a good discussion.
Wow, sir, thank you so much indeed. Bravo indeed. It's great to feel your leadership on this, and particularly coming from the beautiful place Sabah, you know, the world's coral triangle, such a highly biodiverse place on the planet. And of course, you know, I'm reminded that this is the beginning of the UN Ocean, UN Ocean Decade. It's also the UN Decade of Restoration, you know, reversing the degradation of ecosystems worldwide. And it's all right coming up with these big grand announcements, but we need action that's going to make a difference. And it's right, it feels right and perfect and super that it's starting with Sabah from your leadership. So thank you very much indeed, sir.